of Kajiado, where His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta has urged Kenyans to support the initiative of the vaccine rollout. This in a bid to avert the spread of Covid-19 in the country. My colleague Purity Mseu is in Kitengela. Purity, what is the developing story from your end?
A very good afternoon to you, Muchuma, right there in studio. We are here in Kitengela, the vaccination storage center, and of course the flagging off of these vaccines, of course, to different counties, just officially done by the president. And as you can see, I'm trying to see whether I can get the CS, who is just behind me here, to tell us especially what this exercise means for the country. And just before he finishes his meeting, of course, the president was here, and it was they are supposed to be distributed to the 8 regions in the country, and the president put it very clearly, just what the CS Mutahi Kagwe had said, that the health workers will be given a priority, and then the police officers, and then the teachers, and of course before that could be done to the rest of the Kenyans. And DG Amoth did also say that we expect another batch of the vaccine before the end of April, and they target at least 9.6 million Kenyans during the second phase of this exercise. Let me try and see whether I can get the CS. Cargo is here to just tell us just what exactly this exercise means for the country. I don't know whether I can disrupt the meeting. CS, how are you, sir? We are live at KBC. I'm just requesting for a word from you, especially at the airport. You were really excited when the vaccine arrived in the country, and now the flagging off of these vaccines has just occurred. Maybe you can tell us what this means in the fight against COVID-19.
Thank you very much. I think this is, as I said the other day at JKIA, I think that this is very, very important for Kenya. This is, we have joined the Europeans and other countries in the world that have been in this process for a couple of months now. And Kenya is one of the first few countries in the African continent to start the vaccination process. And for that, I want to thank all those who have been involved in the process, our doctors, and particularly our development partners. UNICEF, the World Health Organization, who have been in the forefront of ensuring that Kenya has reached where we have reached now. Now, as the president, however, said, I think it is very important for us to appreciate that the vaccine does not mean that we have now a cure for COVID-19. We don't have a cure of this disease, and I think that the important thing is for us to keep on the measures that are there. In case you did not notice, today we had one of the highest figures reported at 528 persons. That's a very high figure. The positivity rate has moved from, in the month of January, from about 2.5% to today, when we are nearly at 9%. So what we are saying is that even as the vaccine comes, we also know that the virus is spreading, and it is spreading at a faster rate than we have seen over the last 2 months. So it is important for us to stay vigilant and to be aware that vaccines do not come to cure. Vaccines have essentially come to give us immunity for those we are going to vaccinate, but it will take time to vaccinate everybody. We are just starting with our health workers so that they are not, because they are exposed, and the police and the teachers, but it will take a while to get to the rest of the population. And I think this is important for Kenyans to appreciate. And
Kenyans would be really interested to know, as much as you've said that the frontline health workers are a priority, when do you begin the vaccination, and where, which center exactly?
Well, we are beginning in all 47 countries immediately. Tomorrow is when we start the vaccinations. If you go to Kenyatta National Hospital tomorrow, you will see our doctors being vaccinated, even these ones we work with. But we have said, and I want to make this very clear distinction and very clear correction, because there were some false media reports that are in just figments of people's imagination, that we are starting with the political class. That is complete and total nonsense. What we are starting with are the doctors, the nurses, and the other frontline workers. And then we can get to the rest of the population. Yeah, but for now, that's it.
Lastly, what don't Kenyans know about this vaccine in terms of the side effects, because there have been those concerns?
I think it has been what we have seen from the rest of the world, because I think that is the only place we can tell from. But we must remember also that different vaccines affect different people differently. But what we have seen so far, at least as far as the particular vaccine we are using is concerned, AstraZeneca, we have not seen any side effects that we can call dangerous. So we have been assured by the producers of the vaccines that the vaccines are safe, and we believe them.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Irene Muchuma, thank you so much for staying with us. Of course, we have exclusively been speaking with the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe, who was saying that the vaccination begins immediately tomorrow at Kenyatta National Hospital. That exercise will be going on. And of course, assuring Kenyans that why the political class is not a priority for Kenya, they chose to begin with the frontline workers and the categories that I had mentioned earlier on. Of course, we'll be monitoring what happens. The first truck has already been flagged off by President Uhuru Kenyatta, and from here we will be going to the centers and see how that exercise begins. Irene.